Hello everyone, my name is Catherine Ferreira. I am the host and owner of Gem and Me. I want to take the time today to introduce myself. Who am I? I'm a young, proud, first-generation Latina, born and raised in Washington Heights. I have excelled in my life with adversity, hope, belief, motivation, and most importantly, the power in me. And I believe everybody has their own power inside themselves. And I want to share this platform with you to be able to explore and dig very deep inside of you to find the blessings, the gifts that you were given to become the best version of yourself. So thank you so much for joining today to the Gem and Me podcast. I hope to give you blessings, aha moments, many gifts really that you have within yourself to be able to unfold and find those within you. Thank you for listening today and welcome to Gem and Me. The power is within you. Hello everyone, Gem and Me here. I wanted today to speak about clarity. What is clarity? Clarity is being able to identify your needs and wants in life and what you really care for or your purpose. I feel like it can, mean so many things, but it's often influenced by our thoughts, our emotions, the outside world, right? So things that are exterior from us or things that come and go, like emotions, like thoughts, and things that obviously we have no control of, which are people and situation around us. And that unfortunately creates a clutter or inability to see further than, what we know, what we see, what we feel, what we think. And but we do thankfully have control over our thoughts, right? So once you think about something, you feel a certain way, it creates an emotion, right? It could be a positive or negative thought. I feel like if we take more control of our thoughts, we can create clarity and trying to be very intentional and specific of the things that we think about or the things that we feel, or take control of our feelings. That's also something that I've been working on because I feel like we have so much control over ourselves and our lives that we can, take control of what you think, what you feel, and if you're feeling a certain way, turning it around or identifying why you're feeling the way you're feeling, if it's a negative emotion. So just being able to identify those are really key in your clarity in your journey called life. And I also know that, for example, our relationships, our interactions, our limitations, our traumas, all those things build up and create this clutter or this dirt on our clarity. And what can we do to change that? So obviously we have to filter. We have to filter the relationships we have. We have to filter and reassess, our traumas, our conception of media, people, energy. Who are we letting get to us or getting our access or of our energy, our time, our space, etc. So being very cautious about those things that you're letting into your life or your space, because those things are going to influence the way you think, the way you act, the way you feel. So be very mindful and try to filter those out and then feed, right? So apart from obviously filtering the negative, it's also very important that we feed our minds and our energy and our clarity with, people who are going to add to our lives. People who add like ideas or emotions and love us and give us that great feeling, because obviously we don't heal and we don't go on through life alone. We need interaction. We're human need interaction, and so that's very important. But but we also have to be cautious about the type of interactions that we're creating, and what situations or what things we're being exposed to, because that really affects, our thinking, our behaviors, our emotions and thoughts. So filtering, right? And then feed, amazing, right? Feed your mind with great consumption, great relationships, great food, etc. And then once you are able to unclutter all that, thoughts, emotions, negative things, or negative people that are really affecting your clarity and your ability to know what is it that you want and what is it that you need in your life, etc., then you're able to focus on that, right? And once you have a focused lens on what is it that, adds to you, what is it that, doesn't add to your life anymore, then you're able to really focus on those things. And I feel like that is so magical, because then your life becomes more gratifying. It creates this space where you're not so full of fear or anger or disappointment, because you're constantly being fed, negative things, and you feel bad and your thoughts are bad and everything is bad. But once you're able to address it and become more aware of those things that are happening to you, then you're able to take control of your life and feel more gratified and more glorious, more aligned, and those things that you really mean to you. And so, you'll no longer be stretching 100 directions, because you're like, oh no, I already know, I have a clarity of what I really want and what I really care about and what really my purpose is. So then you will have that clarity to be like, no, whatever that doesn't align with my purpose, what I really believe and love, I'm not gonna do it, right? So you have, all of a sudden you will have more time, more energy to flow into those things that really, add value to you and really align with your purpose. I tell you this because, I have been studying and I've heard amazing people talking about what clarity is, and I feel like we really have to kind of study this as a community, and learn about what that means to us and how that could add value to, our life. So I hope this information is really helpful and it really adds value to your life. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Hello everyone, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I am so grateful that you're here listening to my podcast, Gem in Me. I hope that you continue to share, continue to listen on very important topics that I discuss in my growth and journey to what is called life. I hope that you're able to learn and explore different values and things that you have within you. I really hope to serve as a support system and a community to those who need that inspiration in that community, because I know that I needed this, I still do, but growing up, I felt like I needed something where I can, see the examples and have a support system. So I hope to serve as such. Thank you for listening and have a great one.